Transfer station scales, a waste reduction toolkit. Most transfer stations charge either a flat fee per item or have a pay by cubic yard calculation for fees. A scale makes fee pricing more fair and accurate for the town, the taxpayers, and the customers. For example, if you were to go in with a truckload of wood and the fee is based on cubic yard, you will pay by the yard no matter how heavy the wood is or how much air there is between the boards. If you instead pay by weight, as calculated by a scale, you are then paying for the exact weight you are tipping, no more and no less. When using a scale, there are several considerations to determine weight-based fees. Operators must decide what they want covered in the fee, such as transportation, servicing the scale, and the labor involved. For example, electronics might cost 22 cents per pound for transportation from the facility to a recycling vendor. However, the facility may also want to cover labor and scale servicing within the cost to the resident, so the facility may instead charge 25 cents per pound to cover a portion of the labor and servicing costs. The two most common types of scales found in a transfer station are floor and truck scales. We recommend a floor scale for every transfer station or recycling center, no matter how small the town or community that the facility serves. A floor scale usually has a maximum weight capacity of 2,500 to 5,000 pounds for a 4-foot by 4-foot scale. Floor scales are relatively inexpensive, ranging from $1,000 to $3,000 for an all-weather scale, and quickly pay for themselves in more accurate fees. This purchase can be covered with town appropriations through the annual budget or with a grant from New Hampshire the Beautiful. If kept indoors, a floor scale can easily last 20-plus years, though you may need to replace the electronics component. Floor scales are used to weigh individual items, such as a resident's load of electronics. They can also be used to weigh individual bales of recyclables prior to shipping, which can protect the town by ensuring a recycling load is not under the minimum weight. If a floor scale is used to determine a fee for disposal, on an annual basis, it must be both registered with the state and calibrated. The decision for a transfer station or recycling center to purchase a truck scale is dependent on the quantity of material that goes through the facility. Truck scales can be installed in a pit, putting the deck of the scale at ground level or fully above ground. A truck scale usually has a maximum weight capacity of 120 to 200,000 pounds. A truck scale is a major investment ranging in cost from $50,000 to $100,000, depending on whether it's a pit scale or ground scale, and the total length of the scale to accommodate as little as a pickup truck up to the length of a full tractor trailer. The investment should last the town several decades, with pit scales in the 40-plus years range and above-ground scales lasting a minimum of 20-plus years. Truck scales must be operated by a licensed public weighmaster through the state. The truck scale must also be licensed, inspected, and tested annually. Truck scales can be used to weigh empty trucks prior to pickup, and again once loaded to protect the town from underweight shipping charges and to ensure an accurate bill of lading for each load. Remember, using a floor or truck scale for weight-based fee pricing is more fair and accurate for the town, the taxpayers, and the customers. If you have questions or need assistance, please contact the NRRA Member Services team for help.